Alright, I have like 10 minutes before I have to be inside that theater over there, as you know, because I'm in my car. But anyway, let's talk about this as kind of an epic love story, shall we? Like, it's good. It's good. Like, the deaf representation in there is, like, solid. And, like, there's also bi rep. And, like, you know, it's like a good book. It's like a good, I don't know why people don't like it, honestly. Like, it's like a contemporary, it's a love story contemporary. Like, I mean, it's not something crazy new. Like, I don't understand. Like, people are like, I know I had a DNF in it. And I'm like, why? You like all of these other contemporaries. Why do you not like this one? Like, I don't understand. I don't know, guys. I liked it. I really liked it. Like, I mean, it was cute. I liked the relationship. I mean, it actually took a little bit more, like, time to, like, actually get to the relationship part of everything than I thought it was going to take. But, like, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that in the slightest, actually. Like, it was good. I don't know what else to say besides I liked it. I don't understand why people don't like it, because, like, it's just a nice, short, contemporary, like, I don't know, guys. I don't know why people don't like it. But apparently people don't. And, you know, whatever.
So, if you hear voices, it's because there's stuff going on, but, like, I'm not a part of it, so I'm just gonna record this real quick before I forget. I finished Little and Lion today, and I really enjoyed that book. I really liked the representation in it, from the bipolar representation to the bisexual representation to the POC representation. Like, I liked all of the representation. And it was just really well written, I think. Like, I really liked the plot, and I mean, it's like your regular contemporary. It's nothing, like, groundbreaking, but, like, it's pretty damn good. Like, I don't know, fam. Like, I enjoyed it. I don't really know what else to say other than that, because, like, it's that, and, like, the representation's good, and, like, you know, it's a good contemporary. So anyway, this isn't a really spoilery thoughts thing, because I don't really have any spoilery thoughts. Maybe if I had done this, like, properly, I would have had spoilery thoughts, but I don't, so sorry about it. And after a brief mourning period, because, you know, I have to give all of the books I read a brief mourning period, I started the 5th season. So, I'm gonna talk about this for a hot second. I'm 24 pages in, and so far I don't see what the hype is about. So, that's unfortunate. Like, I don't really like the fact that it, like, just throws this information at you and is like, you're supposed to know what it means. Like, I'm sure it'll probably get explained, but, like, I don't really like that method of storytelling. I'd rather you tell me what something is and then explain, like, what happened. Or, like, you know, tell me what it is while it's happening, or something like that. I don't know. I just don't like being expected to know things that I have no way to know what they are. Like, I just don't like that. And, of course, as I was warned, I got to the second person chapter. It was a struggle. It was a real struggle. And it was like, it wouldn't have been as bad if it hadn't had that weird, like, you're supposed to know what these words mean kind of vibe. Didn't like that. That just added to, like, me not liking it. But, you know, like, I'm gonna keep reading it because I don't have anything better to do. So, we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated about my thoughts regarding the 5th season. might become spoilery, they might not. I don't know. I might just complain more. Who knows? But, anyway, if you do have, like, specific questions on my thoughts about Little and Lion, you should comment in the comments section and ask me those things, because, like, I'd love to talk about it. I just don't have anything specific to talk about off the top of my head. So do that if you want to, and I will see you all with more thoughts on the 5th season later. Don't know if I'll still be in the trap when I record it. I might be at home. Who knows? But yeah, look forward to that. I did it, y'all. I fucking DNF'd a book. Like, the 5th season just didn't, like, it didn't grab me in any way that, like, made the second person bearable. So, like, I was just suffering while I was reading it. I was like, this isn't worth it. It's Valentine's Day. I don't want to read a book I don't like. So I stopped reading it, and luckily I brought The Secret History with me, just in case I decided to stop reading it. So I'm reading The Secret History instead. And I'm enjoying it. I mean, I'm only 38 pages in, but I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to see, like, how things progress, because right now I'm at, like, you know, the beginning, and like some in the prologue shit goes down, and it, like, informs you of, like, what's gonna happen, basically. But, like, even knowing that, and I knew that before I went into the book, that somebody was gonna get killed. That's kind of the premise of the book. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes down, because, like, so far everybody seems really chill with each other, and I want to know what leads them to commit murder. The professor that, like, is apparently, like, maybe responsible for getting everyone to commit murder, is, like, real culty. Like, he demands that all of your classes, well, almost all of your classes be with him, and it's wild. Like, he's apparently really charming, but, like, he's also saying shit like, yeah, it's better when you have one professor instead of lots of them. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true, fam. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Much more than I enjoyed the 5th season. I'm sorry, y'all. The second person was killing me. And I still gave it 3 stars in my review, because, you know, I can't give... I'm really bad at giving books low ratings, because I just feel bad. So I gave it 3 stars, but that's pretty low for me. So yeah, I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. What's this? I'm home and it's daylight outside? It's just because we had a student matinee and we have an evening show, so there was, like, a couple of hours break in between, and I was like, I'm gonna go grocery shopping and then I'm gonna go home for a hot second. So that's what I did. I sound extra sick today because I am sick. My throat is really sore, and this kind of hurts, honestly, but, you know, I can't shut up. So anyway, that's why I sound more sick than usual. I know some people out there, you know who you are, like to think that I sound sick all the time. But this is what I sound like when I am truly sick. So, like, compare this to my regular talking voice, and, like, you know, it's better. My regular talking voice is better. But anyway, let's talk about The Secret History, right? It's good. I'm like 150 pages in now, and, like, I want the murder to happen already. I like seeing, like, the build up, and, like, how I'm interested to see how the murder happens, because right now everybody is, like, chill with each other. Oh, well, well, they're not really quite chill with each other. There was like this whole deal where like everybody was ignoring the main character. So there was that. But like the main character isn't the one who gets murdered. There's another character that gets murdered, and like they were ignoring him too, so like I guess that's like the start of it. Like, and the character that gets murdered, I'm not a huge fan of him. Like, he's like super homophobic and like very like chauvinist. And it's just, he's kind of yikesy. And he's always like making everybody pay for him. Specifically, one character always has to pay his like bills and shit. So like that's not cool. So like I'm not too sad that he's gonna get murdered. But you know, I want to see how he gets murdered, and I can't wait to get to that part. So anyway, yeah, those are my thoughts. We're back in the trap because it's 10 out of 12 day today, y'all. Which means I read some. I actually am halfway through the book now. I know, I should probably be farther, but like, I don't know, I'm just like not really connecting with this book. Like, I like it, it's okay, but like, I'm not like, oh my god, this is amazing, like I thought I would be. So that's kind of disappointing. But it's okay, it's still good. I'm leaning towards 4 stars right now, but who knows, the second half of this book may be like amazing and I'd be like 5 stars. Because you know, it doesn't take much. Okay, so we found out that the characters that were ignoring the main character and the character who gets murdered were ignoring them because they were going to go to Argentina because they killed a person. Yes. They killed a person because they were trying to be like, they were trying to initiate a Dionysian like ritual and like lose themselves, and like they did, and then they ended up murdering somebody. And so they did that, and then the character who's going to get murdered found out about this and is like, one, being a complete asshole. He's just turned into like a complete asshole. He was already an asshole. He's like a complete asshole now. Like, he's just like going off on everybody, and like it's uncalled for, honestly. And also, he like told the main character, who wasn't supposed to know about the murder, and he was like, I'm gonna tell somebody. And so everybody's like, well, fuck, you can't do that. So at first they were going to poison him with mushrooms, but they couldn't figure out the dosage. So instead they were like, we're gonna confront him on his walk and then push him over a cliff. I'm like, okay, y'all, that took a turn. But so I got to that, and I know that's how he's murdered, because in the beginning of the book it tells you like that he was pushed off of a cliff, and was hidden by snow for like a couple of days, and that's why he went missing, and that's why it's kind of a big deal. But yeah, so I got to that point. I got to the point where like it was real funny though, because like they were all about to go home. They were like, oh, he's not coming, let's all just go home. And then he shows up and everybody's like, hey. And of course the character who's gonna get murdered is like, what the hell are y'all doing here? Like, what? And then the character who like planned the murder essentially is like, hey, and like, and it's separated into 2 books. The first book ends with like the character who planned the murder, who had been off picking ferns to like cover up the fact that he was there to murder somebody. So he steps forward and like gets close to the character who's about to be murdered and is like, oh, we were just picking ferns, that's why we're here. And it ends with that. And I assume, I haven't started the second book yet, so I can't tell you if it goes into more detail about how the character was murdered. But we know he's pushed off a cliff, so if it fades to black in that aspect, that's fine, because I know he gets pushed off a cliff and into a ravine and breaks his neck. So, I know that. It's okay if you don't explain all of that to me in the second book, but I have a feeling like at least some of it will be mentioned. I hope it's going to get better from here, because the murder has happened, and I don't know, like, what's going to happen after this point, because I only knew about the murder, right? So hopefully it'll be a little bit more engaging, because I don't know what's going to happen, whereas with the first half of the book, I was like, okay, I know this character is going to get murdered. Let me see the murder. So I've seen the murder, essentially, and we'll see what happens after